Reporters and cameras flash like lightning strikes across a stormy sky as the Flagstaff courthouse is humming with activity. The Brown family name is now more than just a reality TV drama. It is emblazoned on court filings, scandal headlines, and stories that are muttered by the people who are jammed up against the glass doors. The courtroom is tense inside. Kody Brown sits straight at the defense table, his blonde locks disheveled, his jaw taut with wrath. Robyn Brown appears next to him, dabbing at her eyes with a tissue, but her eyes are calculating and piercing. The lady who is aware that the walls are closing in has replaced the sweet wife's polished exterior. Meri Brown walks in opposite them. Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel, TLC Flicks. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. She had been the reserved one, ignored, and mocked as the ex-wife in name only for years. But today, she carries a large binder in her hand and walks with steel in her spine. She sits down behind her lawyer, her gaze unwavering. Fans in attendance lean forward in their chairs as the courtroom falls into a thick hush. Meri Brown is not quiet today. The call of the judge, Judge Harper, a tough woman with years of experience in high-profile cases, reviews the case file. The case of Meri Brown versus Robyn and Kody Brown will be heard by this court. Financial deceit, deliberate misrepresentation, and fraudulent property transfers are among the accusations. It was a thunderclap of words. Kody moves uneasily and holds onto his lawyer's arm. Robyn feigns incredulity as her face crumples, but her shaking hands grip a folder too firmly, concealing a paper trail she hoped would never be discovered. Meri's chin goes up. Meri's proof her attorney starts in a steady voice. My client was ignored, silenced, and overshadowed for years. However, what she found demonstrates a pattern of treachery, not just against her, but also against several other members of the Brown family. According to these records, Mr. and Mrs. Brown systematically denied Meri what was properly hers, arranged property transfers without permission, and transferred family business revenues. The gallery echoes with gasps. Meri spreads the binder out in front of the judge. Robyn's handwriting appears on page after page, with bank withdrawals, backdated deeds, and signatures. Robyn tells Kody in a stern voice, "That wasn't supposed to be discovered." The silence is broken by Meri's voice. "You assumed I would remain silent indefinitely. You believed you could push me out, gaslight me, and degrade me. However, I saved all of the receipts, every message, each document you signed. The truth is now available." Kody blows up. Kody throws his hand against the table, unable to control himself. This is absurd. Meri is resentful and manipulating everything. She couldn't handle our marriage ending. Now she's attempting to ruin us. The judge abruptly interrupts him. "Mister, I will hold you in contempt if you have another outburst, Brown." Robyn's tears come more quickly as she pulls on Kody's sleeve. She is cornered, and the cameras record every flinch, but her body language shows that she is in panic. The shocking revelation, the last bit, is dropped by Meri's attorney. A secret trust. Money was transferred into accounts under Robyn Brown's exclusive control after being embezzled straight from TLC paychecks. Meri didn't see any money. Neither did Christine before to her departure, nor did Janelle. This partnership was not familial. It was a plot. It erupts in the courtroom. Reporters scrawl their notes. The judge bangs her gavel for order. Robyn's mask slips completely. That money was to protect us. To protect the family from ladies who walked away. They didn't deserve it if they weren't loyal. Despite her trembling voice, Meri does not back down. "Loyalty? You betrayed us all. I was betrayed by you. And now the world will realize who you really are." A cliffhanger, the judge announces. This case will proceed with full discovery. There is probable cause for financial malfeasance based on preliminary evidence. Kody's face drains of color. Robyn shakes and grips his arm. Meri, for the first time in years, smiles, not with malice, but with the quiet strength of a woman who finally took back her control. The cameras outside wait. The headlines are already being written. The fallout begins outside the courthouse, the media crowds. Microphones are thrust into Meri's face as she exits, her binder gripped like armor. For years, she was the quiet ex-wife. Now she's the woman uncovering a scandal that might take down the entire Brown company. "I'm not here to destroy anyone," she tells a reporter firmly. I am here to defend the truth. Inside a black SUV, Kody and Robyn sat in startled silence. Robyn's mascara smears down her cheeks, her breathing raspy. Kody, she hisses. If she really has those documents, we're done. Everything we created is no longer there. Kody bangs the dashboard. She doesn't have the guts to take this all the way. She never has. Meri folds. Always. But his remarks seem empty, even to himself. Janelle reacts. Janelle watches the news coverage in shock at her rental in Flagstaff. The words fraudulent property transfers flash across the screen. Her phone buzzes with texts from her kids. Mom, is this true? Did they take from you too? Her voice cracks as she murmurs. Yes, they did. She contacts Christine, who answers on the first ring. Are you seeing this? Christine asks, her voice trembling with both anger and satisfaction. I'm seeing it, Janelle answers. And for the first time, I think Meri might actually save us all. Robyn breaks that night. Robyn paces their McMansion, the walls closing in. The floor is covered in piles of documents, including old contracts, property deeds, and bank records. She's feverishly shredding anything that could be used against them, but the shredder jams. Kody storms in. What are you doing? What does it look like? Robyn yells. It's finished if they manage to obtain this. I can't go to jail, Kody. You don't get it. The hall reverberates with her voice. Wide-eyed, the kids peep from the stairway. You wanted control, Robyn, Kody retorts. You pleaded with me to name everything after you. See where it led us now. Meri's decision. Meri, meanwhile, is sitting quietly in her living room with papers all over the table. With her highlighter in hand, she examines them. She experiences a peculiar clarity for the first time in decades, as if every humiliation, rejection, every moment of marginalization led to this point. Her phone rings. Janelle is here. Thank you, Meri. Meri takes a deep breath. Janelle, this isn't just about me anymore. This concerns all of us. A cliffhanger overlapping the last montage is the voice of a news anchor. Breaking tonight, Judge Harper has mandated a thorough examination of the Browns' more than 10-year financial history. According to experts, the results may permanently upend the well-known plural family. The image alternates between Kody and Robyn looking at one another in sheer terror, Janelle and Christine messaging angrily, and Meri observing with silent resolve. The audit starts. The Browns' finances are attacked like vultures by court-appointed investigators. Every TLC pay stub, property deed, and bank statement is being examined. Both Robyn's and Kody's living rooms become into battlegrounds for frantic lawyer phone calls. The first shocking revelation in court is made by one investigator. Mrs. Robyn Brown is linked to more than a dozen accounts that are financed by TLC deposits and earnings from the family business. Christine, Janelle, and Meri are not listed as approved beneficiaries on any of these accounts. In the courtroom, there are gasps. Robyn becomes white as ice. Christine's turn. A witness. Christine is called. Grim honesty replaces her usual effervescent spirit as she takes the stand. The family fund was equal, they informed me. That all wives were looked after. I had faith in that. I brought up my children thinking it was just. However, I discovered the money was missing after I departed. They had shifted it. I had nothing. The courtroom echoes with her remarks. Reporters scrawl frantically. Her shaking hands are captured on camera. Kody's anger is rising as he glares at her from the defense table. You're only upset with me because you abandoned me, he yells. The judge's gavel slams. Mr. Brown, that's enough. Robyn breaks down on the platform. Robyn attempts to act innocent when it's her turn. I was just trying to protect the family. I didn't want the others departing and taking the money with them. However, Meri's lawyer jumps in. Mrs. Is it accurate, Brown, that you signed property deeds that transferred several land parcels into your sole name without the other wives' approval? Robyn stammers, her eyes leaping to Kody for rescue. I was informed that it was lawful. Kody uttered, Mrs. Brown, do you think so? Her stillness is deafening. The kids talk in a startling turn of events. Logan, Madison, and even Paydon, among other adult children, provide written statements to the court. They talk about how Robyn lived comfortably in her Flagstaff mansion while their mothers struggled financially. Logan's statement is particularly powerful. My mom sacrificed everything for the family. To see her leave with nothing while Robyn was handed security, it broke something in me. This isn't about marriage anymore. Theft is at issue. A cliffhanger Judge Harper leans forward and speaks in a suggestive tone. Given the evidence so far, the court is considering criminal referrals for fraud and misappropriation of funds. As Robyn murmurs, "Kody, they're going to put us in jail," the camera pans to her hands quivering and her face pallid. Exposing land disputes, investigators uncover startling land documents. All of the Coyote Pass parcels that Kody had agreed to share evenly among the wives had been moved into Robyn-controlled trusts. In the courtroom, the maps are projected on a screen. Robyn and Kody's names are surrounded by red lines. Janelle's expression hardens when she sees her home-building dream dashed on paper. She mumbles to herself, "They stole it." Meri looks to her attorney. "Show them the emails." Emails are read aloud. Kody instructing TLC producers to run payments through Robyn's LLC, and Robyn urging lawyers to keep deeds quiet until the others stop asking. The courtroom gasps. Janelle's testimony. Janelle enters the stand, voice firm yet loaded with passion. "I was the one who worked those numbers, who tracked every payment. I trusted Kody to keep his word. But I know now it was always about Robyn." She looks directly at Robyn across the room. "You never wanted sister wives. You wanted all of this for yourself." Robyn starts crying, but nobody takes her seriously this time. The kids react at home. Gabriel and Garrison watch reports on TV, wrath simmering. "They took Mom's future," Garrison mutters. Gabriel gives a nod. "We will no longer remain silent." In a social media video, the two accuse Robyn and Kody of financial betrayal. The clip goes viral overnight, sparking headlines, "Brown children break silence on family fraud." Final cliffhanger. Judge Harper declares the complete TLC contracts and production records will be subpoenaed by this court. If it is established that money was purposefully concealed from several people, criminal responsibility will ensue. Kody's hand is held by Robyn beneath the table. Sweat had made his palm slippery. Producers called to testify. Two TLC executives take the stand, reluctantly. Under oath, they indicate that Kody ordered all paychecks for the show be funneled through a single business entity, Robyn's company. One executive acknowledges, he said it was simpler for tax purposes. But did the other wives consent? The lawyer presses. No. We were told they had. It erupts in the courtroom. Christine's rage. Christine watches from the gallery. She whispers to Janelle, "He let me walk away with nothing. I thought I was broke because I left. But it was because he'd already stolen everything." Her rage is volcanic. Later, in a confessional-style interview outside, she says, "Kody was never about family. It was always about power. It's always about control." Robyn cornered. Robyn is probed about the LLC. "Mrs. Brown, did you personally approve spending from that account on upscale goods like jewelry, high-end apparel, and trips?" Her mouth quivers. I was told it was family money. But was it spent on family, or just your household?" Silence. The public turns. The story is widely covered by news outlets. Hashtag Team Meri, hashtag Team Janelle, and hashtag Justice for Christine trend online. Social media is flooded with fury from those who formerly felt sorry for Robyn. Late at night, Robyn reads the comments. "You ruined this family." Her estranged stepchildren text her, making her phone buzz. On the bathroom floor, she sobs by herself. A cliffhanger. Judge Harper says that more than $1.4 million is missing from bank subpoenas. Kody gets red in the face. In a terrified whisper, Robyn says, "Everything will be taken by them." There is evidence. Meri displays written text messages that are private conversations between Robyn and Kody, making fun of the other wives. The following is one message that is displayed on the courtroom screen. "Kody, don't be concerned. We'll have everything taken care of as Christine leaves. Janelle will never question it because she is too trusting. Meri will always be stranded. It's all ours, baby." They gasp in the courtroom. Meri's face flushes with both pride and embarrassment. The gallery responds. Janelle seemed devastated. Christine holds her arm. "He was planning this the whole time." Reporters rush out of the courtroom to break the story. Kody meltdown. Kody blows up. "Those weren't contextualized. I was letting it all out." Legally, That is meaningless. The judge's gavel slams. Mr. Brown, restrain yourself. However, the harm has already been done. His fury is captured on camera, and he is referred to as unhinged in court in the headlines. Meri's voice is strong but broken as she stands taller. Kody, you wanted me little. Invisible. But the truth is now visible to all. Kody's neck bulges with veins as he glares. This is not the end of it. The kids step up to the plate. Scene 1. The testimony of Logan, the oldest. Logan takes the stand. The room is commanded by his cool authority. My moms were entitled to better. They created this family by working and making sacrifices. It is treachery on the lowest level to witness everything being channeled away. The gallery becomes hazy. The judge even becomes softer. Paydon and Maddie talk. Maddie talks about observing Janelle's financial difficulties. Paydon said plainly, Kody put Robyn and money before all of us. It is now catching up with him. Kody is stabbed by their remarks. Kody's rage. Kody storms out of court, yelling at the producers. All of you are inciting my children to rebel against me. It's a setup. However, reporters yelling, Kody, did you steal from your wives? Drowns out his words. The judge gives the following order. In a few weeks, this court will make a preliminary decision. Fraud charges are still possible in light of the testimony. Robyn mutters prayers while holding her rosary chain. Robyn's disintegration. Scene 1. A somber evening. Robyn breaks down on her bedroom floor and starts crying hysterically. This is not how I wanted it to be. All I wanted was safety for my children. Aurora, her oldest daughter, hears and murmurs in the hallway. Did you lie, Mom? Robyn is unable to respond. A session of therapy. A mediator assigned by the court meets with Robyn in private. She acknowledges, Kody instructed me to do so. I simply wanted to think he loved me beyond everything else. That wasn't anything I wanted to lose. The mediator's expression becomes stern. That confession will damn him, but it might save you personally. Collapse in public. One morning, Robyn shows up outside the court, surrounded by photographers. On live television, she sobs and yells, they're portraying me as a monster. I adored them. I adored this family. However, the public no longer has empathy. A cliffhanger. We are formally considering charges of fraud against Kody Brown, the prosecutors declare. Closing remarks. Meri's attorney makes a scathing conclusion. This wasn't a union. It served as a pretext for abuse. The ladies who created this family were discarded when Mr. and Mrs. Brown enriched themselves. Kody's attorney responds feebly. They were adults who gave their consent. This is not a crime. It is a family dispute. However, the jury seemed to be unconvinced. Family separation. Outside of court, half of the Brown kids form a line in support of Christine, Janelle, and Meri. The other half avoids the cameras and remains silent. Headlines are flooded with pictures of a family divided in two. Kody spirals. Kody yells at a camera crew at home. They wish to have me crucified. Janelle is weak, Christine is a quitter, and Meri is a traitor. I was in charge, and none of them could take it. The camera lens bangs. The video is leaked online. Final scene. The judge declares, we'll read the verdict tomorrow. They gasp in the courtroom. Everyone gets ready for the impact. Day of judgment. First scene. The courtroom is filled. The gallery is bursting at the seams with fans, press, and estranged kids. The Browns are split. Robyn shuddering, Meri determined, Janelle calm, Christine subtly moved, Kody rigid. The decision. The foreperson of the jury stands. We find in favor of the plaintiff, Meri Brown, in the case of fraudulent misrepresentation and misappropriation of funds. Shocks. Reporters scrawl frantically. The blow is delivered by Judge Harper. As a result, Robyn Brown and Kody Brown are held accountable for fraudulent transactions. Meri Brown has been granted $2.5 million in damages. More claims are still pending. Robyn breaks down in tears. Anger contorts Kody's face. The repercussions. Meri stands in front of microphones outside the court. I was silent for years. I discovered my voice today. It's not only for me. This is dedicated to all women who have ever experienced silence. She is flanked by Christine and Janelle, both of whom are crying. The audience applauds. Kody shouts as he rushes off, with cameras following him. It's not over yet. I'll make an appeal. Until the day I die, I will fight. However, screams of justice for the wives overpower his words, making them sound meaningless. The scene ends with Kody and Robyn by themselves in their mansion, documents all over the place, kids avoiding them, the empire in ruins. The story ends. The Browns' family was founded on faith, but lies caused it to fall apart. For the first time, Meri Brown left as the woman who exposed the truth rather than the silent wife. Courtroom disclosure: sharp lines are created on the polished wood seats of the courthouse as the morning sun streams in through the windows. Reporters, estranged kids, old friends, and inquisitive locals fill the gallery. As investigators show maps of Coyote Pass on the enormous screen set on the wall, all eyes are on it. The suspense is broken by the investigator's voice. The Brown family name was initially used to register these land holdings. But over the last 5 years, ownership has been methodically moved into trusts that are entirely under Robyn Brown's authority. The crowd lets out gasps. Document after document pops on the screen, including Robyn's and Kody's signatures. No sign of Christine, Janelle, or Meri. Through her glasses, Judge Harper looks. Mr. Did the other wives agree to these transfers, Brown, Mrs. Brown? Kody moves, clutching the armrest of his chair. Robyn has a pale face. Meri's attorney remains steadfast and unflinching. Your Honor, they didn't. In actuality, the defendants frequently assured them that, as part of a future home-building plan, ownership would be distributed evenly. Outrage echoes through the courtroom. Janelle's statement: Janelle squares her shoulders and steps out of the gallery. Her hands shake a little as she takes the stand, but her voice remains firm. I held that desire to come true for years. I oversaw budgets. I made bill payments. When Kody said, "We're building our future here," I believed him. However, now I realize that he wasn't creating a future for all of us. He was constructing Robyn a fortification. Her eyes are keen as she turns to face Robyn. You didn't desire sister wives. You desired to keep everything to yourself. Whispering to her lawyer, Robyn gives a furious shake of her head. Kody gives Janelle a fierce look. The attorney presses, Mrs. Have you ever signed a contract relinquishing your Coyote Pass share, Brown? The sound of Janelle's voice is like a hammer. Never. Family responses: Gabriel and Garrison, Janelle's sons, watch the live testimony on television at home. The remote is tossed across the couch by Garrison. She gave him everything. And he simply gave Robyn everything. Gabriel clenches his fists. Dad no longer deserves our protection. They get a phone set up, shoot a video, and upload it to the internet. They have agony in their voices. He stole our mother's future. He stole from our family. We will not be silent. Overnight, the video received millions of views as it spreads like wildfire. The following hashtags pop up: hashtag Robyn exposed, hashtag Coyote Pass truth, hashtag justice for Janelle. The panic of Robyn and Kody is pacing wildly back at their mansion. They're portraying me as a criminal. You're the reason those youngsters are rebelling against me. With tears streaming down her cheeks, Robyn throws down her phone. Because of me? You instructed me to sign those documents. It's the only way to keep us safe, you claimed. You desired it. Kody responds with a roar and a finger-pointing accusation. You pleaded with me to put everything in your name. Now, don't you dare pretend to be innocent. From the corridor, the kids hear. Aurora murmurs, "What did you do, Mom?" Shaking, Robyn falls onto a chair. Meri's decision. Meri, meanwhile, is seated at the dining table with her binder open and papers strewn all over the place like a strategy. She takes notes in the margins, adds neon tabs to important documents, and highlights passages. Her cell buzzes. Christine is here. Meri, you're killing it in there. Keep going. For everyone. Meri lets out a firm exhale. It's not just about land here. 20 years or so of lies. And I'm not going to back down. A cliffhanger. The bench is struck by the gavel of Judge Harper. A thorough forensic analysis of Coyote Pass transactions is mandated by this court. Every transfer, trust, and deed must be reviewed. The properties will be seized and redistributed if fraud is proven. The gallery bursts into action. Reporters leave quickly. Robyn's ash-covered, frightened visage is captured on camera. Kody whispers angrily as he leans in her direction. Our land is not being taken by them. Over my lifeless body. The morning session in the courtroom, the gallery is more crowded than before. The story has gone global, and news vans jam the courthouse steps. TV screens display banners that read, TLC contract subpoenaed, sister wives scandal. Meri and her lawyer are seated inside, hands folded securely but binder closed. Christine sits next to her, and Janelle sits behind her. Both of them exude encouragement. Across the aisle, Robyn is whispering feverishly with her lawyer, tissues already gripped in hand, while Kody appears anxious, his knee hopping rapidly beneath the table. She clears her throat. Judge Harper. TLC executives are testifying today about the Sister Wives program's financial allocation. There is silence in the room. The producer's position, a middle-aged executive wearing a sharp navy suit, is the first witness. Under the fluorescent lights, he shifts uneasily. Meri's attorney tells her to state your role for the court. I manage TLC talent contract negotiations and payments. And what was the distribution of the Sister Wives payments? Strongly, the executive swallows. At first, each spouse received a portion of the paycheck. However, after 2015, we were told to put all of the money into Brown Family Entertainment, LLC, a single company. The attorney insists, and who was in charge of that LLC? Robyn Brown. There is a gasp in the gallery. Robyn's eyes spark with dread as she holds onto Kody's arm. The gun that smokes a signed contract slides ahead as Meri's attorney opens a folder. Is this the clause in the contract that moved the money to Robyn Brown's business? Yes. Did the other wives know about this change, too? After hesitating, the executive nods his head. Not that I know of. We were informed that they gave their consent. In the gallery, Christine leaps to her feet. That is untrue. She screams, her voice trembling with rage. I didn't see that agreement. Nothing was ever signed by me. Harper, the judge, raps her gavel. Mrs., you'll get your chance on the stand, Wooly. Christine sits with tears in her eyes and trembles with anger. Janelle takes hold of her hand. Christine is sworn in minutes later. As she speaks, her voice trembles but then becomes more steady. They assured me that the funds were equal. They said that since we all made sacrifices, we all benefited from the benefits. That's how I brought up 6 kids. However, I discovered there was nothing for me after I departed. Nothing. So everything was diverted to another location. She looks straight at Robyn and Kody. You lived in a mansion, and you let me leave broke. Again, the gallery gasps. Reporters are typing frantically. Kody is unable to control himself. He strikes the table with his fist. You decided to go. You're bitter, so don't blame me. Harper, the judge. Mr. Brown, I will hold you in contempt if you have another outburst. Unshed tears burn in Christine's eyes. Kody, you didn't simply turn on me. You deceived us all. On the defensive, Robyn reluctantly. Robyn stands with her tissue box next to her. After guiding her through the initial inquiries, Meri's lawyer doesn't waste any time. Mrs. Brown, did you provide permission for this LLC to be used for your own luxuries? She stutters. I bought things for the family. Is it accurate to say that you used this account to spend more than $300,000 on jewelry, trips, and expensive clothes? Robyn's hands are trembling. I was informed that it was family funds. Kody uttered. Mrs. Brown, do you think so? Like a confession, her silence reverberates around the courtroom. Public reaction online. The Globe blows up that night. News organizations publish headlines. Did Robyn Brown steal TLC checks? Christine, I left broke. Exposed, Kody's control. Peyton Brown's voice is raw with rage as he yells on Instagram Live. My mom had nothing after giving her life to that family. Nothing. Robyn pretended to be innocent as she sat in her mansion. Enough is enough. The video has received millions of views. Opposition to Kody and Robyn is even more pronounced. Robyn's disintegration. Robyn's phone is ringing with cruel remarks as she sits curled up on the lavatory floor late at night. You ruined their lives, she reads aloud while crying. How do you get any sleep at all? Her tears reverberate, her mascara spills. Aurora gently taps on the door. Mom, is that accurate? Robyn is quite quiet. A cliffhanger. Judge Harper makes the following terrifying pronouncement in court the following morning. Bank subpoenas show that over $1.4 million in the Browns' financial history is still missing. These cash were taken out straight from Robyn Brown's TLC account. The reference for criminal charges will be taken into consideration by the court. Chaos breaks out in the gallery. Cameras flash. Robyn starts crying. Kody becomes pale. Christine, Janelle, and Meri exchange a somber affirmation. It is tense in the courthouse. Meri Brown comes, calm but clearly preparing herself, as the cameras flash. Fans have hardly ever seen her with such a determined expression. Unspoken conflict permeates the atmosphere inside. Across the room, Kody and Robyn are sitting and whispering nervously. When a stack of deposition transcripts is presented by Meri's legal team, a quiet whisper reverberates around the crowd. Meri Brown has decided to fight after remaining silent for years. And the truth that has been concealed in the shadows might finally come to light during today's hearing. Meri on the platform. Meri sits and folds her hands in front of her. The attorney starts interrogating. Attorney on behalf of Meri, Mrs. Could you tell me why you decided to go to court, Brown? Meri, firm but sentimental. I was told to keep quiet for years. To have loyalty. To protect the secrets of the family. However, loyalty does not include hiding betrayal or eliminating oneself for the benefit of another. I'll show you that Kody and Robyn's empire was founded on lies. The courtroom is humming. Uncomfortably, Robyn whispers in Kody's ear. The unsealed depositions. A big folder is placed on the desk by Meri's attorney. Attorney, statements from property managers, financial advisors, and even members of the Brown family are included in these deposition transcripts, which were obtained under oath. The information is explosive. Aloud, pages are read. According to the testimony of a bank manager, shortly after the family moved to Flagstaff, accounts were transferred into Robyn's name. A real estate agent describes how names were removed, signatures were absent, and documents were changed. It turns out that one account, named Family Emergency Fund, was almost completely depleted in a single transfer to Robyn's private trust. The room echoes with gasps. Robyn's response. Robyn tries to portray herself as the victim as she breaks down in sobs and clutches Kleenex. Robyn, in tears, everything is being twisted by them. Only what was best for everyone was what Kody and I did. There was nothing that I stole. This is merely a miscommunication. The harsh and unyielding judge, however, advises her to keep quiet. Judge, Mrs. Brown, theatrics have no place in this court. The facts are what we care about. Kody's face is crimson with annoyance as he glares at Meri across the room. The twist of the paper trail. Meri's attorney takes off the last page. Attorney, Your Honor, this notarized and signed agreement demonstrates that Meri's name was purposefully taken off of the ownership of a significant Coyote Pass property without her permission. That was a fake signature. It erupts in the courtroom. Reporters scrawl frantically. Even the judge stops and carefully reads the paper. Judge, if what you say is true, this is very serious, but forensic examination will be necessary. Kody mutters to himself as Robyn covers her face. The monologue of Meri's eyes, which are filled with tears of resolve rather than weakness, are the subject of the camera. Meri's strong but cracking voice. I didn't say anything long enough. I believe that stating the truth was less important than maintaining harmony. Silence, however, simply served to shield my betrayers. I'm tired of being quiet today. I choose me today. The judge calls for order, but the gallery applauds. Dramatic closing narration. Meri's bravery poses a threat to the empire that Kody and Robyn established as the courtroom is rocked by the shocking depositions. However, the fight is far from over, and even more sinister revelations are anticipated during the upcoming hearing. Let us know in your comments. And stay tuned by subscribing our channel to get more updates like this. Thanks everyone.